All right, hello and welcome. We're here in Palmetto Springs, just outside of Jacksonville, Florida. We're here, found a little park, get a little fingers crossed. I've got my here joining me live, and my furry brother, Prince George, hanging out in the shade on the table. If you have added air, or if you have not added air, go ahead and add air now, and then go ahead and come on up to standing to get started. If you want to be on camera right over here, you can have a shake. All right, so some hip circles to start. Loosen up those hips. 3 to 5 times one way. Well, here comes a whole bus full of kids. And then 3 to 5 times the other. Our warm-up is kind of going to warm us up as we move. So from here, we're going to start with a little march and punch or skip and punch. We want to punch across the body as you raise the knees, lift the foot and toes. Breathe out with that punch. Good, keep those hands nice and high, right about shoulder height. Hips nice and level. Excellent, 10 more seconds. We're gonna do our standing knee to elbow next, all on one side and then the other. So when you're ready, set those feet about hip width apart. Go and take one arm out to the side, other arm's gonna balance. Breathing out as you draw that knee across. Excellent, standing tall. Here you go. Knee high, foot up. Almost there. In between sides, we do our half squat with our front raise. 2, 1, and rest. So set those feet about hip width apart with a light weight or without. Reaching out, little half squat down. Excellent, knees push out. Toes drip down. Just want to avoid lifting those toes up. And then find something straight ahead to focus on. Excellent, pulling down, pushing tall. It's our first of 2 rounds. Beautiful. A couple more. Very good. Then standing back up. Knee to elbow on the opposite side. Draw that belly in so those hips stay stable when you're ready. Breathing out as you draw that knee up. Good. All the little surprises of life. It happens when you're in a public park. But hey, at least the kids are getting outside, getting off their screens, coming out to play. And the school bus alarm is going off. Laugh through it. Couple more here. Woo! And rest. All right, we got our glute kickers next. Firing the back of the body, pulling those heels up, driving the arms at the side. If you want to run in place, that's an option as well. Good. Start end of our first round, and then we're going to go back to that march and punch here in about 20 seconds. Woo! Very good. If you need to take it down to a little bit of a march, 10 seconds, and we're going to switch it up. Get your breath for a second. And 2, 1, here we go. Into round 2, that march and punch. Again, if you want to add that skip, just a little hop in there. Excellent. Good blood flow. Knees up, foot and toe lifts up as well. So if you need to slow it down anytime, there's nothing wrong with taking a little bit more breath. Nothing to prove here. All right, getting ready for that knee to elbow. Pick the side you want to start on. Draw that belly up when you're ready. Breathe out as you draw that knee up, pulling the elbow across. We're working that midline. We're working that brain with that little cross body reach. Woo, halfway. Excellent, make sure you don't let that hip kick out. Keep lifting up. Thanks for Amy, good job, Sharon. 1 or 2 more, and rest. All right, on round 2, if you want to hold a light weight for that half squat with the front raise, to grab the weight, feet about hip width apart, and when you're ready, reach those arms out, send those hips back, standing tall. Awesome. If you're feeling a little bit warmer, you can go a little bit faster on round 2. Pull up or pull down, push up. 10 seconds. Awesome. Couple more. And rest. Set that weight down. We got our knee to elbow on the opposite side. Standing tall, spread those arms wide. And when you're ready. So I really feel the support leg anchoring myself down. Push that toe into the floor. That's going to help activate the arch of that foot. It's what gives that balance. Excellent. Woo. Breathe through that burn now. That's a good hormone release when you're feeling that burn. All those happy hormones, all those strength building hormones. Final time and rest. Good job. Glute kickers to finish this circuit. Driving the arms to the side, pulling those heels up. Good. If you want to run for these, you can. 20 seconds left. We're going to have a short rest break. Do a couple of mobility. And everybody grab a quick drink. We're going to switch out our quads. We've got lunges coming up in this next piece. All right. Feel free to balance yourself somewhere. Lifting on up, grabbing that foot for your quad stretch. Pulling the heel towards the glute. Sure that you don't overarch that spine. Good. When you're ready, switching legs. Same thing, other side. Lift on up. Grab that foot. Good support. Excellent. All right, we're going to be working for 40 to 45 seconds on each exercise. Right leg, reverse lunge to high knee. Then the opposite leg, and a bent over row after that. Good, shake it out. In between, at the end of each circuit, we're going to be doing a sumo squat with a bicep curl as you stand. So have some weights ready as you choose. If you're not quite sure what this looks like, just kind of follow through. Start when you're ready. So first with that reverse lunge to high knee, toes pointing forward, stepping back and down, driving through this heel, pulling that knee up to a high position. Reaching out, controlling it down, come on through. Good, join us when you can. This front heel planted, shin vertical, eyes up. Beautiful. Breathing in as you step back, breathing out as you draw it up and forward. Whoop, there goes my balance. What do I always say? Just kind of laugh at yourself if you mess up. None of us are going to be perfect. 10 seconds left. Good, we'll have just a really brief break before we switch legs. Final time, down, up, and rest. Good job. Just a little hip rock side to side in between legs. Alrighty. And then getting ready for that second leg. Check in with your feet, toes pointing forward, standing tall, and begin. Really key, this front heel is planted. We don't want this knee to start shooting forward. You want the burn in your muscles without the pain in your joints. Woo! Good. Challenge that balance a bit as we come to that high knee position. Reach those arms out in front. On later rounds, if you wanted more difficulty, you can hold some weight. Otherwise, your body weight is also a really good challenge. Just over 30 seconds. Good stuff. 2, 1, and resting there. Good job. We're coming to our bent over row next. You can hold a weight here. You could also use some bands, long bands to stand on. Draw that belly in. Toes pointing forward. Soft bend those knees. Send your hips back. When you're ready, you're gonna squeeze those elbows up and in. And instead of an extended head, chin in, looking straight down. Good. Reach forward, squeeze it back and in. I want to feel your hamstrings a little bit on this when you're in this forward bow position. This also could be replaced on the ground, seated with a seated row with the band. We did that with the last basics class. I'm giving you a little bit bigger challenge for this group. That's 30 seconds. If you need a break, just stand up for a second, give your back a break, and then come back in. Finish out this interval, 10 seconds. It's good postural work here. Strengthening that mid back. 2, 1, and rest. Good job. Sumo squat is next. So for the sumo squat, we're gonna have about a hip width stance. We're gonna hold 1 or 2 dumbbells. I'm gonna start with 1 dumbbell. I'm gonna hold my hands between my thighs. Here we go. As we squat down, chest really tall. As I stand, I'm gonna curl, bicep curl. Knees push out, chest stays tall, stand and curl. Good. Back, down, up, and curl. Good. And as always, you choose your tempo. I want 1 weight on round 1. Maybe I'll hold 2 weights on round 2. We'll see how we feel. This is our final exercise of this circuit. We'll be going back to our lunges next. We're gonna get through about 3 rounds of this circuit today. If this is newer for you, if you haven't been doing a lot of fitness recently, perhaps going 2 rounds would be the better choice. And rest. All right, let's take 30 seconds. We back those lunges. Feel free to grab a quick drink. We'll get started here in 15 seconds. Nice job. A little bit. Toes pointing forward. And when you're ready, stepping back and down, pulling through that heel as you come forward. So I shouldn't have a shift off that front foot. Excellent. Make sure you just lightly kiss the ground with that knee. Just that range of motion to stay out of any kind of a pain zone. You can do that as well. Come on, balance. This can be easier with shoes off. Feeling that burn, exactly. Maybe 1 more. 2, 1, and take a break. Good job. Just a little rest in between legs. Rock those hips side to side. All right, starting in 10. Check back in with the feet. No outs here. Toes forward. Eyes up. And begin. Either reach those arms straight, or if you're holding weight, push those elbows as tall as you can as you step back. Nice. As you stand tall, rest the arms down. Good, Amy. Balance check. Woo! Feeling that burn. Smile through that burn. Tell your body that it's okay. Focus on 1 rep at a time. Woo! 10 seconds. Last time. And rest. Good. I'm going to show you the seated row. If that first one was a little bit tough on the low back, you can use a long band and you can sit down. 1 foot around the band. 2, 1. Here we go. You can still do that bent over row if you'd like. Forward reach, backward squeeze. Right there. Perfect. Single things. Excellent. So you're looking a little bit. Excellent. Sharon's showing the bent over version. I'm showing you that seated version today. Lots of different ways to work those similar muscle groups. Good. Nice, Amy. That's 30 seconds, 15 to go. Good, breathe. Last one. and rest. Awesome job. Sumo squat with that bicep curl is next. 1 or 2 weights. Now we're gonna have just a gentle toe out, feet a little bit wider. And when you're setting your hips back, you gotta really fight to keep that chest tall. Here we go, stand and curl to the chest. Eyes up, chest tall. Kind of imagine you're like a gorilla in the jungle as you squat down, pulling those shoulders back, keeping that chest broad. So eyes up, don't look down to the floor. You're gonna lose that chest position. There you go. Good, looking forward. Good, watch those knees now. Knees push out, keep them out as you stand, that's better. Woo, 20 seconds. And then we'll have a 30-second break before our final round. Woo. And I got a little gift for you on our last round. We're gonna go 30-second intervals instead of 45. Woohoo! 2, 1, and 30-second break. Good. So as you go into 30-second intervals, if you do wanna add a little bit of weight, since it's gonna be a little bit shorter interval, you can also look to move just a little bit faster. Grab a drink, and we'll get started here in 15 seconds. All right, getting ready to go back into those lunges, into that high knee position. Toes pointing forward, eyes up, and when you're ready, here we go. Long, step back, up and forward. If you feel a little bit fatigued today, it's all right as well to just go 2 rounds. And just keep yourself moving, maybe a little bit of marching, and hang out for our cool down stretch. Good. Nice, the knee just kisses that floor. Hips level, chest tall, and rest. We'll take 10 seconds in between sides. All right, getting ready for that second leg, and begin. Back and down, up and forward. Watch your thoughts now. Sometimes when we get near the end, you can start to get a little anxious, or sometimes a little bit negative. Try to keep that supportive energy. Almost there. Maybe one more time. And rest. Good. I'm going to show you one more variation of the bent over row with the band this time. So I can stand on the band. Soft bend the knees, draw the belly in. Long spine as I come forward. And 2, 1, when you're ready. Chin in, so I have that nice shell. Close those as high as I torso. We're kind of against all that bad posture that the modern world tends to draw us towards. 10 seconds left, friends. Keep that midline strong. Try to squeeze the glutes. Feel those hamstrings. And rest. All right, all we have left is that sumo squat with the curl. Woo! Set the feet. Tall chest. 2, 1. Final 30 seconds. Down and up. Working on that depth of our squat this time. Getting down as deep as you can. Keeping all those joints open and moving. You watch little kids play. They just hang out down here at the bottom of the squat, playing with their blocks. As adults, or once they go to school, we start sitting in chairs and we lose that ability. You go to other countries and they're hanging out at the bus stops in those squats. Final time, and rest. Woo! All righty. All done. Let's do a little side step arm swing. Go ahead and release that air. Let that air out of your bands, those of you that are using those bands. All right, thumbs up, Sharon says. Let's cool it down. Always feels better when you're done. All right, I'm gonna keep challenging your balance a little bit today. We're gonna do that standing figure 4. Draw the belly in. See if you can work this foot up, trying to get it above the knee. If you can't do it here, you can always sit down and do it, and then send those hips back. Good. You want to add the arm twist. Maybe your opposite arm goes under. Interlace those hands. Draw those elbows in. Eyes up. Excellent. No worries. If you come out of it, see if you can come back in. We're going to hold this another 10 seconds. Sitting back. Eyes up. Think about drawing those toes towards your knee of the leg that you're stretching. I said that earlier. And rest. No worries, Mom. Shake it out. Do the same thing on the other side. She's 65 years old. She's able to do a lot more than most 20-year-olds. So, hey, be proud. All right, get ready for that other side. Stand tall. Draw that belly in. Cross that foot over. Hips nice and level as you sit back. A little sip on this side. And now if your left leg is over, your right arm's going to swing under or vice versa. There you go. Good focus. Find something straight ahead. She's also in her tennis shoes. I've got my bare feet, so it's like trying to balance on a little cushion. It's going to be a lot harder than that hard surface. Yeah, no worries. 15 seconds left. Eyes up. Chest fall. Do great. 4 seconds. 2, 1, and come on out. Great work. All right, standing toe touch. Toes forward, and eyes, soften those knees, and then slide on down. Reaching for those toes. You're right on that. All right, we almost made it without losing our internet. We're gonna go one more stretch and then we'll call it a day. It's gonna be like kind of a combo stretch. So if you can come on down to the bottom of a lunge, one knee down, one foot forward. We're gonna get a little combo stretch here. So we're gonna open the hips and the upper body at the same time. So whichever knee is down, you're gonna raise that arm straight up in the air, draw the chin and go ahead and bend that elbow. And now we're focused on pushing this back hip forward, squeeze this glute, and then you're gonna reach around. Don't lose that head forward, chin in, eyes up. From here, that forward hip shift, and now gently bend your body to the side. You can rotate a little bit here up past the elbow. All the while, keep trying to flex that glute of your trail leg. Go ahead and unwind for a moment. We're gonna come back into it. Hips back, hips forward, lift through that chest as you bend to the side, and then just a very gentle rotation, peering up to that, past that elbow. Oh, good. And release. When we're in this position for one more, go ahead and take the elbow of the front leg on the inside to the knee, slide down that shin. So I can adjust my screen a bit. There you go. So elbow on the knee, slide down the shin, hover by the instep here. Take about 3 nice deep breaths, opening up this outer hip of that front leg. And now we're gonna add some rotation for the mid back. Take your outer arm, crawl those fingers underneath that front leg. And then now we're gonna lift up and rotate out, following the hand with your eyes. If this position is really uncomfortable, you could put like a little block here, or I could use my case as I need it from my bands. Crawling that hand under. Rotate out. We're gonna go 3 times on these rotations. Once more. That feels heavenly. Crawl it under. Circle out and pivot. So before we come out of this position, we do the same thing with the opposite arm. Now we crawl this arm underneath this outer arm, and now we rotate back. Go ahead and pause in that open position. Breathe 1 time before you come out of it. And last one, reaching under and rotate back. Beautiful. All right, let's balance ourselves out. Same thing, other side. So starting back with that lunge position, knee down, bringing that foot forward, interlace the hands, and lift on up. Tall chest. Now the hip shift. Shift that back hip forward, front shin vertical, and now bend the elbow of the downside leg. Grabbing that elbow, bend towards that front leg, and then rotate, looking up past that elbow to the sky or ceiling. Squeeze that tush and release. One more time. Hips back, hips forward, squeezing the glute and bend to the side. Good. Peer up, breathe, and release. Good job. Instep stretch. Elbow of that front body. Slide on down. This is where you can put a block, a pillow, your B3 bands case. Hover on down. About 3 breaths here. Good, and now our reach back, starting with your outside arm. Crawl that hand underneath that front leg as far as you can. Breathing in, and then breathing out as you rotate up and away. Comment here, you might get a little adjustments for yourself. Breathing in, and then breathe out into that rotation. Try to get the air out of the lungs. It's going to give you a little bit more space to rotate. Last time. Good. And then inside arm. Crawling underneath that outer arm. Lifting up. No. Good. Breathe in, reach under. Breathe out as you pivot. Third and final time. Excellent. And then, I know I said that'd be our last one, but let's bring it in a child stretch to finish. Toes together, walk those knees out as you crawl those hands forward, and then rock those hips on back, lower that head down. Some nice deep breaths into that low back area. All righty, maybe a little bit of down dog. Anything else that your body might be asking for today? Otherwise, that concludes our session for today. Thanks so much for being here with us. Thanks for moving your body thanks you. And I look forward to moving with you again soon.